Gomez, unbeaten, 13-0, all by knockout. Anxious to see this young man as he is opposed by Javier Flores, 24, born in Mexico City. Family moved to Salt Lake City at the age of 16, fighting out of that Utah capital and former North American champion, 29, 6-3. Third man in the ring is Richard Green. This is the same weight division, Super Bantamweight or junior featherweight, if you will, 118 to 122 pounds. Round one, and one of the things that impressed us yesterday in watching the youngster Rosario work out was his tremendous foot speed, great footwork.
I'm very impressed with his footwork, the way he moves, Rosario. At 18, he moves like a veteran, like a professional, well experienced.
Remember, he's in there with a former champion, a North American boxing champion, and a grown man, and he really can punch. Flores has 20 knockouts.
20 knockouts in his 29 wins, Ferdy. Flores at 24, 6 years older. In the red trunks, Rosario, unbeaten youngster. How good is he? Soon to learn. Oh, down goes Flores with a quick combination.
And that's the answer to your question, Vic. You asked it too soon. Flores shaking himself off like trying to clear those cobwebs out.
And here comes the handsome young Rosario.
Cool. Both not attacking him. He is just letting it come.
Rosario, as an amateur, lost only twice, 30 wins, 2 losses. He's in terms of age a baby, but he shows already a incredible maturity.
Look at that triple jab. But Rosario in the blue trunks has really shown beautiful form. He has not lost his head. He knows he's got this Flores in trouble, yet he's not going crazy on the attack.
Flores' major problem is the fact that he really don't have any defense. He's very easily hit with the left jab or overhand right.
Why is it that so many of the Latin fighters, Ray, seem to have great left hooks? Doesn't it seem to be consistent that they all, or in the case of Gomez, you talk about his left uppercut, they all hook so well.
But the one thing about the Latin fighters is the fact that you find a lot of smaller weights, the lighter weights, and they're not concerned about throwing left jab. They would like to get inside and throw a bomb. Just one big bomb.
All Latin fighters in Latin America have to fight. If they don't fight good inside the ring, they got a bigger fight outside the ring when they try to fight their way to the dressing room.
The fans don't necessarily like the soft left jab.
You, as an old habitué of the Olympia, should know that.
The Olympic Auditorium of Los Angeles, that's right. They come out winging with that left hook, and so many of them are great body punchers. So Flores able to weather that knockdown apparently here in round one, although Rosario still dealing out a lot of punishment.
Rosario gave him a reprieve for the first round. He could have attacked real hard, but he seems to be a very cool and composed fighter. For 18 years of age, he's really composed.
Final seconds of round one, and Flores in trouble again.
What's the matter?
Very impressive in the first round. Landed cleanly, strong. Rights and left, dropped. Flores in red. Rosario, obviously the lopsided winner in the ringside poll game, played 31%, saw Flores winning the round. I don't think they identified the fighters as... Flores in red. Rosario unbeaten. Again, a countering left hook from Rosario.
I noticed one thing about Rosario. He doesn't throw the left hook until this man is coming towards him. And it's very difficult to throw a left hook. You have to have good timing, good rhythm.
Of course, you land that punch when the man's walking into it, you get a double impact.
That's what happened to him, and that's how he went down. I like his balance, and I like his footwork, the way he moves forward, always trying to keep his balance, always trying to keep just right for that punch.
Bertie watched him work out shadowboxing yesterday, and he was all three looked down at me and winked, says, "You like the way I dance, huh?" He does move well. And he's very confident at 18.
Yeah, Rosario is not a promising fighter. He is a fighter.
Left and then a right, straight right hand drops Flores for the second time in the fight, and a trickle of blood Flores knows as he takes the 8 count. Halfway through round 2, second time that Flores has hit the deck. This one appears to be on a short fuse.
Yeah, his promise is fulfilled, Rosario. He is certainly knows his trade right now.
Again, Rosario. Again, a beautiful movement by Rosario.
Just a beautiful move to the side.
Flores, a former North American champion, testing Rosario, the 18-year-old unbeaten youngster from Puerto Rico, and a right hand landed by Flores. One of the few that has caught the elusive Rosario.
Rosario has really not been hit by almost anything that Flores has thrown. What an impressive youngster this is. This guy's the heir to Gomez.
Final minute of round 2. And the final seconds of the second round. Rosario has dropped Flores twice, once in the first round and again here in the second.
Earlier, and we're blood all over the place. Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed, and the star of the two Rocky shows, Sylvester Stallone. Your reaction to Wilfredo Gomez?
I thought it was an extraordinary fight. He was having a great difficulty making the weight, and there was a lot of skepticism saying that he had been dropped twice in the gym during the week. So he was coming in here with a big question mark hanging over him. But I think a champion's heart prevailed in this. The other fellow, Holmes, gave him a terrific fight. And matter of fact, it looked like it was an upset in the making, but it was extraordinary how he picked up momentum, and in the end, his strength and, I guess, fighting heart prevailed. But both men, it was a great fight. I only wish it should have been stopped a little earlier, though.
We all agreed on that. Carl Weathers.
Beaten Edwin Rosario in the blue trunks. Had Flores down in the first round, again in the second round, and seems to be way ahead on points. Javier Flores, more experience at 24, former North American champion, against unbeaten Rosario. Certainly it's impressed the ringsiders. They again gave round 4 to Rosario, and he, in the eyes of those with the unofficial ballot, has won all 4 of the rounds thus far, and who's to argue?
I'm very impressed with Rosario. You notice the way he moves. He's a very smart, very intelligent fighter. I noticed that he moves inside out, has a beautiful left hook. He delivers to the head, back to the body, and he always finishes with a good left hook.
Sugar, he conserves his energy. Not a lot of wasted motion. He just plants himself and lets it fly. One really good hard shot. He's conserving his energy. He's shooting hard punches. He's moving well on defense. He's really impressive right now.
He's a very smooth fighter, Fred.
Yes, he is.
Rosario back into the corner. And now turnabout, although Rosario lets his man get back to the center of the ring. Rosario does something interesting, Ray, at midpoint here of the round 5. As he squares up with his opponent, he doesn't turn that left shoulder so much. He squares up so you don't know whether he's going to come with the right or the left. And then as he comes inside, he positions himself in the orthodox right-handed stance. But when he starts almost in a squared up position.
Well, Dick, the way he stands, the way he moves, it throws an opponent off because you never really know what he's going to throw.
You can hear the power of those punches from Rosario.
He's in trouble again. Flores is in trouble again. He made the mistake of cornering Rosario. He shouldn't have cut that move.
Right hand underneath, the uppercut, and then the left hook over the top by Rosario.
Now, you probably see Rosario begin to throw a lot of uppercuts now because he noticed that Flores is beginning to tire, beginning to drop his head.
And beginning to bend over. He's almost inviting an uppercut.
Okay, break.
He is weary. Flores is very weary.
in the red trunks. Final minute of round 5. Rosario, it seems to be full of fight left, and Flores beaten fighter through the first 5 rounds, and he staggered again. Edwin Rosario in the blue trunks, unbeaten, 18-year-old from Puerto Rico, has been most impressive against former North American champion Javier Flores, and ringsiders again saw Rosario a big winner in round 5.
Flores has changed his style to an Archie Moore type of cross glove in front of him. That's not going to help him at all with this kid.
Haven't seen that for a long time.
You've got to be Archie Moore in his reflexes to have to carry that switch.
I have the feeling this could be it for Flores. That's almost a concession to come out and change your style.
Especially if you're not used to it.
Ooh, a solid left hook, and again, Flores is bleeding from the nose.
Well, the change in style doesn't seem to bother Rosario at all. I mean, he came out and solved it in 2 minutes. He put the jab right over that diagonally extended left hand.
Oh, good right hand throw by Flores, and he follows it with a left. Rosario was stunned by that combination, and Javier Flores here in the 6th round.
Rosario is in trouble. He's holding on, trying to hold on there. Getting his head clear, let the cobwebs come out.
Boy, the lightning landed.
And how that turns around. Look at him giving ground.
Rosario's eyes are glassy. He looked to the corner, and he caught another left hook from Flores. Midpoint of round 6. Rosario well ahead, but Javier Flores suddenly has landed a combination and had Rosario hurt. He looks okay now.
This is what we see the experience in Rosario. Whether or not he's able to weather the storm and come back. He panicked just a little bit, but see, here again, he's getting himself together. He's putting his shots back together again. That's showing that he has good qualifications for a champion.
Final minute of round 6, the best round of the bout.
And exactly as Sugar said, this is where you can tell when a fighter's got it or he hasn't got it. For a split second, he looked like he was going to fall apart, and then he brought it back.
Both men landing solidly to the head. And Flores fighting out of desperation, and Rosario, if he weathers this round, still seems to be very much in command. Oh, there's that short left hook again from Rosario, and Flores is hurt. Final seconds of round 6. Edwin Rosario, blue trunks. Javier Flores, veteran in the red. It's obvious now that Flores to win would have to score a knockout, and he showed some indication in round 6 that he has that potential. Again, Rosario, the winner, and one voted even, but the way we saw it, all 7 rounds have gone to Rosario.
Well, he's in there with a fully grown man that's been used to going to 10. And this is a dangerous point for Rosario, 9 and 10, especially if his arms have gotten tired, as it showed in the 8th round. Maybe he's rested, and maybe he's ready to come on and keep his record intact and knock this guy out these last 2 rounds.
I think he just took it easy. I think he's now going to show us 3 full minutes, and here he comes with a right hand. For Flores, he hasn't taken many backward steps.
You have to admire Flores. You've got to admire a guy that's that gutty, that keeps coming on.
I respect both men, and I notice here Rosario is moving again. He's coasting, he's buying time, he's picking shots. But that's the most dangerous time, or dangerous thing he can be doing now, is moving away from Flores, because Flores definitely will bring the fight to you.
I hope they're not dumb enough in his corner to be telling him he's ahead, he don't need to fight for the last 2 rounds. Many a fight has ended up short.
Left hooks. Show you an indication of the game nature of these 2 fighters. Richard Green, the referee, I don't think he's had to break them up more than 3 or 4 times in 8 rounds.
You really have not noticed his presence in the ring.
I notice Rosario is far more effective when he stands his ground and begins to exchange punches because he's much more quicker and much more mobile. He pivots and he keeps Flores completely off balance.
One minute remaining in round 8. Don't forget, Flores was down in round 1 again in round 2 and was staggered a couple other times. And he is hurt again as Rosario. Down to the body and then over the top with that uppercut. It truly is an interesting contrast. Rosario's punches compact in tight, keeps his elbows in, and Flores more of a winger, and he just doesn't get the impact on his shots. End of round 8, 2 to go. Less than a minute to go. This is as long as Rosario has had to work as a professional. And that's a tribute to Javier Flores' tough chin. His intestinal fortitude. He certainly has taken everything Rosario can throw. And another good right hand by Rosario.
Now, from here on out, Rosario should stay on top of Flores now. He hurt him with that overhand right. This is when he should maintain and begin to dominate. Stay close to him, work to the body, back to the heel.
Left hook followed by a right cross. Flores in trouble. Final minute of round 9. Flores able to get out of that corner.
Right there, he follows him across. He finishes this fight. A little bit more of that, and the referee can stop this fight.
And there's no question about who's going to win it. There's no need for a man to suffer too much punishment. But here's the Flores just weathering. No, that's it. Richard Green stopped the fight. And the winner by knockout late in the 9th round, unbeaten Edwin Rosario.
And well done.
Pro fights for the 18-year-old, and there's his 14th knockout victim. Edwin Rosario has defeated Javier Flores. Boy, in tribute to Flores, though, what a battle he gave Rosario.
Both that guys deserve so much credit, but here we see the dominant one, Rosario, in the blue trunks. Here he shows that he throws the left hook to the head. He sets his man out. He takes his time. He picks his shots. You know where he moved over to the left to set up Flores. He goes with a beautiful right uppercut to Flores' chin, which hurts him. And from here on out, it's just a matter of time.
And the referee, mercifully, Richard Green.